Thanks for tuning in to the broadcast today on WRMS. I'm your host, TJ Arfino. Today is Friday, February 9th. First we go to breaking news. Birthdays. We would like to recognize students with birthdays in January. Kylie Adams, Abraham Alcantara, Dia Alfin, Brandy Balance, Ahmad Bash, Ashton Brewery, Ahmad Coley, Ariam Estrada Garcia, Benjamin Grady, Alexander Hammonds Perez, Joseph Harrell, Anna Hayden, Taylor Mack, Riley Maxwell, Alan Melrose, Jana Sutton, Brooklyn Thomas, Andrew Trahan, and Reagan White. Happy birthday to you all. School calendar. Tonight is a Valentine's dance from 6 to 8. Next week on the 14th is Valentine's Day. Paints for a Purpose begins Monday. Congratulations goes to Elizabeth McLam, 7th grade. Elizabeth's mixed media artwork received first place in the 2018 Goldsboro Junior Women's Club Art Festival. Her work will now go on to compete at the district level. That's all we have for breaking news. Now let's turn it over to our weather anchor for the weekend forecast.
Happy Friday to you all. I'm your weather anchor, Jacob Silknitter. Let's take a look at our weekend weather forecast. Today, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. For your Saturday forecast, it will be morning showers with a high of 71 degrees and a low of 62 degrees. All throughout Sunday, there will be scattered thunderstorms with a high of 76 degrees and a low of 62 degrees. For your back-to-school Monday forecast, it will be rainy with a high of 65 and a low of 42. This is your weather anchor, Jacob Silknitter, reporting from Rosewood Middle School. Back to you.
Thank you for that update on this weekend's weather. Now let's turn it over to our sports anchor to see what's happening with sports at Rosewood Middle School.
Hello to all you sports fans out there. I'm your sports anchor, Benjamin Peacock. Let's take a look at what's happening in the Rosewood Middle School Athletics Department. Game results for this week. Monday, February 5th, there was a home basketball game versus Grantham. Both the boys and girls teams won. Thursday, February 8th, there was a away basketball game at Mount Olive. Both the boys and girls teams lost. Upcoming events. All spring sports tryouts are the week of the 19th. Monday, March 5th, there is the first spring sports games. Soccer game away at Eastern Wayne and baseball and softball game versus Eastern Wayne at home. Thursday, March 8th, there's a home soccer game versus Greenwood. Away baseball and softball game at Greenwood. Let's go support our teams with Eagle Pride. This is your sports anchor, Benjamin Peacock, reporting from Rosewood Middle School. Back to you.
Thank you for that sports update. Now please welcome our school counselor, Miss Rains, and the SOAR team to the show.
Good morning, Rosewood. Miss Rains with my two beauties with me today to talk a little bit about some issues that we want, not issues, some things that we want to share with you. Our first thing is the pennies for purpose. Mr. Weeks did talk a little bit about that on the morning announcements today, and that starts next week. I want to thank our classroom representatives that met with me, and you're getting your classes motivated. I want to do a couple of shout outs. Miss Siddick sent me her students that are her homeroom reps did an actual PowerPoint presentation to motivate their classrooms, and they did an excellent job. Katie Newcomb and Aaron, it was so good. I'd love to share it with you guys, but I don't want to cheat because that's what's getting their class already excited, and they've already started collecting some money. So I want to do a personal challenge to all the other homerooms. Also for Mr. Appel's person that is actually working with his homeroom, they've agreed, or he's agreed, if his class brings in $200, that he's going to, I think it's dye his hair or his beard, I'm not sure what the details are, but every classroom is coming up with their own plan to motivate the students. Why is this important? The Red Cross in our community, they provide life-altering programs such as their blood drive. If you ever have a family member that needs blood from an operation or an accident, they lead that blood drive in our community. They provide emergency services to families that lose their homes because of fires, floods, that kind of thing. So that is why we're committed to helping the Pennies of Purpose campaign every year. And a personal challenge to the 8th graders this year and to our new 6th graders and 7th graders. Last year, our student body collected $2,911.69. I think that was probably a school goal, not goal, but the school, what's the word I want to use? Help me out, girls. Record. I couldn't think of the word. Our goal is to raise, can you tell Mr. Raines needs some coffee? Our goal is to raise $1,000 to be a hero school. Mr. Weeks will be recognized, and so will Rosewood if we can bring in at least $1,000. So that is our personal challenge. Beta Club students, this is an initiative that you are supporting. I have Beta Club kids that are going to be working on this campaign. I'm pulling you on Monday, and I will send the teachers the list of those students. And we're going to begin collecting money next week on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So please, please, please talk to your parents and community members to help us with that campaign. So again, we're real excited about that. The next thing I want to mention is our driver's ed. It has changed. Mr. Weeks talked about that today on the morning news. If you are 14 and a half, no exceptions, you cannot be younger than 14 and a half. That means you need to have been born by September 3rd, 2003. I'm going to say that again because I'm having kids every day ask me. September 3rd, 2003. If you were born after September 3rd, 2003, you're too young for this class. There'll be another one soon, probably during spring break. But that class is being offered, and there is no sign-up sheet, as Mr. Weeks said. It starts on March the 3rd. The new driving school that's taken over the contract for Wayne County Schools, there's not a sign-up sheet. He made it clear that it's a first-come, first-served thing, and the class may close out. So the class is from 8 to 2, but if you want to make sure that you get into that class, he suggested that you be there, like Mr. Weeks said, at 7:15 a.m. on the first day of class to make sure that you get in. After that, the other days, you're good to go. So again, September 3rd, 2003, if you were born before then, you're good. See Ms. Raines, I have packets at my office, or you can download the information from Wayne County Public Schools website. Our Let's Talk character trait for this month, girls. What is the character trait?
Tolerance.
Tolerance. And Anasia's going to tell you a little bit about the definition of tolerance, and we want teachers and staff and students to talk about that. Character trait, can you give us the definition?
The definition of tolerance is recognizing and respecting the rights and beliefs of others.
Very good. And we have a couple of quotes that we want to share with you today.
Tolerance is the ability to forgive those who tend to speak before thinking. Catherine Postflin.
Very good.
If we could look into each other's hearts and understand the unique challenges each of us face, I think we would treat each other much more gently, with more love, patience, tolerance, and care. By Marvin J. Ashton.
Thank you, Nasia. Thank you, Chloe. Tolerance is something we do need to talk about. I know there's a lot going on this month, and teachers can integrate some of these conversations. I was able to talk to Mr. Appel's class this week about the character trait tolerance, and they had some really good insights. That doesn't mean you have to agree with people's lifestyle choices or decisions or beliefs. It just means that you need to respect those. So please talk about that and think about, are you a tolerant person? Do you need to work on that? We all need to reflect on these character traits. The next thing we're going to do is our weekly good deeds, soaring high at RMS. And I want to thank the teachers for recognizing these students. And after they recognize these students, we're going to do a drawing and select the 10 students that are going to win an incentive or prize. And we're doing this a little bit different. If your name gets called, we're going to actually put the prize that you're winning in the teacher's box that actually recognized you. That way, they're the ones who actually caught you doing something good, and they get to reward you for that. So I'm going to start with this week's, Anasia, with your students who you're recognizing.
Coleman Bragg from Miss Raines being a student ambassador, Deanna Lopez picking up trash off the floor, Kelly Martin for being very generous, Janiyah Floyd helping a classmate, and Tristan Melwick, all from Mrs. L. Jason Steffens helping classroom with the computers, Anaya Stout taking classroom attendance, Daryl Eckerson holding door for others, Rebecca Peacock peer tutoring, Katie Jensen keeping classroom orderly, and Ayana Deloach organizing classroom materials, all from Miss Jernigan.
Very good. Okay, and Chloe, you have some students?
Trayvon Carnegie, Miss Raines, Student Ambassador. Cole Evans, Miss Fitzpatrick. Zayna Noir, Miss Raines, for a Student Ambassador. Colton Waters, Miss Fitzpatrick. Gabe Jones, Fitzpatrick, for helping flow.
I think that they'll know what that means, but I'm not sure what for helping flow means, but that's okay.
Will Minyard, Miss Siddick, helping clean classrooms. Coleman Bragg, Miss Siddick, for helping clean the classroom. Jordan Payne, for Miss Cottle, holding the door for classmates on a very cold January morning. Sebastian Blea, Fitzpatrick, being cooperative. And Matthew McLaughlin, Miss Raines.
Okay, thank you guys so much for doing your good deeds, and I know there's a lot of other students out there doing good deeds. You don't always get caught doing those, but we want to thank the teachers for recognizing these students. So let's go ahead and draw from, when your name is recognized, it goes in the good deeds bucket. It stays there for the whole year. If you get recognized more than once, your name goes back in the good deeds bucket, and we're going to do a drawing for 10 names. So we'll let you girls pick out some names. Just grab a few.
Jordan Payne,
Jack Strickland,
I'll just grab a couple at a time.
AJ Jones,
Cole Evans,
Marissa
Marissa
Miracle. There you go. I think
Jeff.
that's a typo. Yeah.
Jeff Noble,
Trey McKeel,
Madison Howell,
Isaiah Knighton.
and Tristan Green.
Okay, and two more. Get you one.
Giovanni Rivera,
Me.
And Anasia, very good. All right, that's it. Hey, you need to buy some lottery tickets. Okay, we just want to say thank you and have a great weekend, and thank you for all you do for our school, and thank teachers for recognizing these students, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for sharing. Now please join us as we sing the Rosewood School song.
You're a grand old school, you're a high-spirit school, and forever in love may we stand. You're the emblem of the things we love, the greatest of all that we know. Every heart beats bold for the purple and gold, and there's never a doubt or fall. And all classmates are never forgot. Keep your eyes on that Rosewood School.
That concludes today's broadcast. Please be sure to tune in next Friday for our next episode. And from all of us here at WRMS,
Let the eagle soar.